I sold a $700 shirt and I bought it for $25, right? Was that staged? You know, of course it wasn't staged. I mean, there's mountains and mountains of stuff and we're digging through it. Could it have been staged? I suppose. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. We're about ready to head into the Commonwealth cabin, and then later on we'll head on out to the supply hut. But you know, I feel like I'm lucky. I'm super lucky because I get to do what I want to do every day. I get to do what I'm passionate about every day, which is reselling. I absolutely love it. I love teaching, and I got to teach for 20 years. I love coaching baseball. I got to do that for 15 years. And now, hopefully, God willing, I get to spend the rest of my life doing what I'm passionate about with my family, which is reselling. I'm super excited, but every once in a while, you know this, I use comments that I get, particularly in Facebook videos or TikTok, occasionally on YouTube as well, and I make it into a topic. And today, I want to talk about something that I often hear you guys tell me about. Let's go take a look. And look, just how lucky am I? I get to work in a shed 12 steps down from my kitchen and my back deck. Pretty cool, and I can't wait to talk about this topic today because it's something that I hear from you guys all the time, and I want to get your opinion on it as well. The first item is actually up here. Watch out, buddy. Up here. I don't know why I've stored it up here, but I thought hopefully at Christmas it would sell, and then it never did, so I should have taken it inside. Let me show you. Now that I'm up here, I'm not entirely sure if I can get it with one hand or not. But we're going to try since we're already up here, right? Okay, let's see here. Navigate down here. You're not going to trip me, are you, huh? Don't trip me. You want a treat. You don't care if I make it off that ladder or not. Bought this for $5, and it took a little while to test and a little bit of cleaning. My wife did it, and it only sold for $29 plus shipping. So, to be honest with you, 5 into 29 is perfectly fine, but 5 into 29, when you have to take this kind of mess apart and test it all and do a little wipe down and put it back, take pictures, list it, and then you're going to find a box for it, package it up. You have to put some extra padding. That's not too great, to be perfectly honest with you. You often hear me talk about these little things and how they're actually pretty good turning 1 into 10. It's because they take like 5% of the time that this one will take. So I often use comments from viewers that aren't resellers to make points about us resellers. And I always get people telling me, you know, they're just jealous. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know that that's really it. And then I started really looking into it, and I had a video the other day. It's not that they're jealous of resellers per se. It's that they may not be terribly happy with what they're doing, and they see so many of us getting joy. Well, they're not going to be jealous of this sale. I thought this would be a good one. Paid like $1 or $2. I can't even remember. And it had a hard time selling Risk Transformers. And I thought it would be an easy one. At any rate, it sold, I think, let's see, it's Poshmark sale, $10 plus shipping. Again, not really a big winner. These two, we're making money on both, but they're kind of a pain. This one will be easy, but we're only making like $5-6 profit. So I never really gave much credence to the statement that people are just jealous. And, you know, I'm like, what are people jealous of resellers for? It's not like resellers are making millions out there. You know, most resellers are making profit less than $50,000 a year. And most part-timers are just, you know, chipping in an extra few $100 a month, maybe $1,000. Maybe if you're just a great part-time reseller, puts a ton of time into it, maybe you're making $2,500, $3,000, maybe $4,000 even as a part-timer. But it's not like resellers are millionaires. People can't possibly be jealous of us. But, you know, then I saw a couple comments the other day that I have seen before, but I just saw a rash of them. And I thought, well, maybe they are jealous. And I'm going to read a couple of those to you here in just a second. Then we're going to have a little bit of fun in between sales. Smokey Bear right here. I like this sale right here, a little plush. You know, I got a soft spot in my heart for Smokey. I think most people do, right? $20 plus shipping. Well, I was going to read a comment, but I can't because this is a viewer sale, so I'm going to read their comment. This bear reminded me of a great vacation with my family when I was a child. Love your YouTube channel. It's great. Wanted to show our support. Well, thank you. Rags with a Z, Replay, is the store. and they are inspired by me, an old school picker and rebel reseller. That is awesome. We are watching faithfully. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoy Smokey. So in the light of a viewer saying, you know, anybody who makes comments like that, they're jealous, then I read a comment and I'm like, there might be something to this. Let me show you this really quick and then we're going to get into those comments. By the way, I forgot to say this was a Poshmark sale. This right here is a Mercari sale. These are eBay sales, so that is awesome. We're selling on all platforms. List Perfectly is working great for my wife so far. She's super happy. And this was not only an item that she cross-listed, she actually bought it. She bought it, I think she bought this one at the Goodwill. And she paid $4.99 for it. And see, I didn't know what it was. She brought it home, and I'm like, Nike SB. I just thought it was like a team or something, you know? But then I saw the tag, Nike SB, and she said, it's skateboarding. I'm like, really? Like, yep, and it's going to sell. I said, okay, sounds good. Beaverton, Oregon, there you go. And Nike skateboarding, that sold for 40 bucks plus shipping. So there's a video game haul that aired on, I guess it was YouTube first, then it went to Facebook, and then I got a bunch of comments, and I was like, man, everybody thinks this is fake. Let me go see this video. It was a pretty good find, but it wasn't anything out of this world if you watch picking content at all. My dog's whining here. So there you go. You want to say hi? There you go. See, what's not to be jealous of? Who wouldn't like this job? So here are the comments here. Just at it was a really, I mean, it wasn't like the $700 motherload sale. It wasn't insane find where you find, you know, $5,000 worth of video games. It was a pretty good video game haul where you're gonna make a couple $100. And the comments started rolling in. This is from Jack. He says, if only this wasn't fake. And then Jason says, I can't believe how fake all this is. I gotta bleep it out. And then Manny says, so staged, but nice try. And you know, I could go on and on and on. I see that stuff all the time. That was just on one video, and I stopped after about 10 comments. So I'm sure there's probably 10 or 12 more. And a lot of times this happens on shorter videos because they don't see all the context and realize just how insane it would be to stage some of this stuff. You know, I think that statement started to ring in my ear a little bit, that people are just jealous. You know, I think it's probably easier to just dismiss it and say it's not real. And that's not just about a particular find, because, you know, I see picking content all the time and I'm like, holy moly, they found that thing. I mean, I found a $700 shirt. I sold a $700 shirt and I bought it for a quarter, right? Was that staged? You know, of course it wasn't staged. I mean, there's mountains and mountains of stuff and we're digging through it. Could it have been staged? I suppose. And people want to believe that because they're not happy. They're not happy with what they're doing. You know, I talk about debt all the time. Well, I don't talk about it all the time, but I reference it from time to time. And I'm like, you know what? That's why I love reselling so much, because I know that so many people use this money to not only get out of debt, but to stay out of debt. And, you know, I'm going to read some other comments in a minute and make some statements about those comments. But I think that it's right. People are jealous, not just of resellers or whatever, but anybody else having success that involves financial gain, because it's something that they don't have and they can't have, at least in their own mind. But the message that I want to bring across is it doesn't have to be reselling, but there are so many ways to give yourself freedom to make sure you accomplish what you want to accomplish and have the things that you want to accomplish. And just a lot of us do it through this method because it's fun. Sold a G.I. Joe, and this one was not part of that lot we bought. I think this one actually was part of something that came from Story Mountain Man's Treasure, and it was an ornament lot. And I think we kept some for the tree and sold some. $17 for shipping. So incidentally, before we talk about those comments, do you think the picking that you see out there on social media is fake? I have known a lot of social media pickers. I have been picking with tons of social media pickers. I, for one, have never heard it come up on conversation. I have never been in a situation where I've seen anything remotely close to it. Could it happen? I suppose it could. But man, boy, to put your reputation at stake for something like that just seems a little bit crazy to me. But I don't know. You tell me in the comments if you think that. I think most resellers who are out there picking, they realize the stuff you can find, and they realize that this stuff is not fake. It is real. Been selling off a bunch of comic books that we paid 50 bucks for. We're already well into the profit here. And we just sold another lot. This is just a random lot, not one of the best. 16 comics, $16.50 plus shipping. And now I read every single comment that I get that's negative. And don't get me wrong, there are just hundreds and hundreds of positive ones. Plus, I get all these when I have these sales as well. But I read them with a little bit of a twist because, you know, I look at everything that I do and I just realize how fortunate I am. And there are so many people out there that just aren't. They're tied down. They absolutely have to do something. And when you have to do something, you know, you're typically not happy. Now, you know, we're all typically pretty grateful that we have, you know, the luxuries that people around the world don't have. So don't get me wrong. It's all relative, I suppose. But I do what I do for freedom. I make money not for money's sake, but because it gives me freedom. I don't need money. I could sit underneath that tree and watch my kids play in the backyard and, you know, the dogs run around and all the stuff. And I would be perfectly content and perfectly happy. So I read the comments with a little bit of a different twist than I used to. Here's one, and I'm not going to read all the names. I might just give you a first name or something, but this guy didn't have a first name. He's got a nickname. So another yard sale seller taken advantage of. You should be ashamed of yourself. I sold, well, it's not really a golf club head cover. I sold something, and somebody told me I was selling it wrong. I put it as a, like, here it is right here. They told me, I think, what did we have on the title? We had Callaway Golf Valuables Pouch Storage Zipper Small Bag. And I thought, you know, maybe you put your keys in it, your tees or whatever. And then somebody's like, no, you know what this is? This is for a ball catcher. You know, where you get your ball out of the water and it's a cover for that. I'm like, okay, interesting. But I suppose it could be used for just about anything. And this one went to a viewer, $10 plus shipping. This one's headed out to Fenwick's Finds. When we sent the styrofoam VHS tape, you remember that? My wife and I decided to use our eBay profits to start golfing, and this will keep our beer money safe. Thanks for all you do. See, there you go. People, that's another reason to be jealous, right? Some people don't have to do this. They love doing it, and then they take the money and go play golf or whatever it is. Go on vacation once a year. Or tell me in the comments below, what are you using your eBay money, your eBay profits, or not eBay, but your reselling profits for? Some people are getting some great deals on some of these right here, and we're going to talk about this next episode because we just sold them off quick. I mean, these three right here on top are worth as much as this whole thing went for, $30.50. So great deal. That happens when you do things in auctions. And made a mistake here. We had 16 listed in the title, and there's far more than that, and one that wasn't in the title and is worth some pretty darn good money right here, if I can find it. Look at that. This right here is worth more than that whole stack. $16.50 plus shipping. So, you know, when you sell stuff off quick and you don't have to do the research and whatever, you lose money sometimes, but at least it's in and out of here, and somebody's got a great deal on that right there. Because that one wasn't really even supposed to be in there. The picture got thrown in there with the rest. But I'm going to send it out anyways. Because it was in the listing. And I'm sure that person wants that. I'd want that right there. And this too. This is like a $10 one right there. Pretty cool. All right, Turner's going to read one for us here. Can you read something about your daddy? Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead and read it.
WTF is wrong with you? People like you are what's wrong with this world. No integrity or morals. Bet whoever raised you is proud. Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Can you believe they said that about me?
No.
Am I a nice guy?
Yeah, you're nice.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that, buddy. And this one comes from Rhonda. She says, why don't you just tell people how much their stuff is worth instead of trying to profit off of it? A vintage Mickey watch in Shad Juice's drawer right here. And it's nothing amazing, but you know what? It's good for $11 right there. Can you see that? Plus shipping. This one comes from Matthew. He says, get a job, loser. Sold some more Superboy, $20.50 plus shipping. This one's a particular favorite from Vlad. I love when people act like degenerate dogs just to try and make $1. Sold an Elton John record, and this one is not a high-priced one, but the cover just screams 80s. You gotta love that. Look at that right there. Pretty cool. $7 plus shipping. Chris says, resellers suck. They can't get a real job. You must still be a virgin. And let me tell you, Chris comes back every once in a while and drops a similar comment. Gotta love Chris. Made a sale out of the Christmas drawer right here. And these went to, I don't remember. Well, I am not sure, Michelle, is a viewer, but it says repeat buyer, but she bought 2, so it might be repeat because she already bought this one. Or you might be a viewer. So, at any rate, Sally, right there, is headed out. These are going on for 30 bucks. Pretty cool. What do you think about me, Wallen, huh? Do you like me? Says, heck yeah, I like you. You give me treats. That's the only reason I like you. You like that treat? Yeah. All right, Reagan has an awesome quote about her daddy that she has to read. This one came from John, I think. All right, go ahead and read it.
Tasteless, tacky, rude, shifty, fraudulent. I could go on, but you get the picture. If I ever see you in my area doing this, I'll give you a free ride to the hospital.
A free ride to the hospital. Will you come visit me in the hospital? Awesome. All right.
I'll
now
give you a get well soon.
Oh, well, thank you. So you have a couple sales out of CommonwealthPicker.com. Do you remember the name?
Jim.
Jim.
Got
do you remember what he got?
Animal Man and a blue CWP shirt.
You
right?
got it. You got it.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Sold yet another lot of comic books. Wolverine and I don't really remember. I'll have to look through them here for you. Let's see here. Wolverine and Terror Inc. and Wolverine and Death's Head. $20.50. This one's going to Shane. Hi, Kevin and family. I'm Shane, and I watch the Flipper and the Picker channels pretty religiously. Thanks for everything. My oldest son is going to love these comics. If you have some bubble bucks left, please toss them in. Of course, we absolutely will. Go check out American Bubble Boy if you need bubble wrap and you need it delivered quick. By the way, these only work for your first time use, just FYI out there. But if anybody requests them, we always throw them in. And, you know, we'll throw in. Do you need my reseller, Genie? Need to get your taxes straight, y'all. I'm telling you, best service ever. Go check them out. Code Commonwealth, all caps. You can get 15% off your first month. You're not going to regret it. It's going to save you money in the long run. Luann says, you sure are a jerk ripping people off like that. Who does this to people? Okay. And then you have to broadcast yourself being a jerk all over social media. Sorry, Luann. Sold another one of these Coach tags right here for $10 for that one right there, plus shipping. And I think that one went to a viewer, which is an odd one to go to a viewer, to be honest. But it did. It went to Cindy. Hello, Kevin and family. Love the videos and the learning experience. I have been reselling since February 2021. Started selling a few things around the house and then began watching reselling videos and caught the reselling bug. I now have almost 500 items listed. I sell real estate in Connecticut as well. Very cool. I keep busy. Figured it was about time I bought something. Have a great summer, Cindy. Cindy, thank you. I really do appreciate that. Look, see, it's not all negative. There's actually far, far, far more positive. But, you know, it's always those negatives that we look at, right? Because nobody, even including me, you know, and I'm used to this stuff. It's not that big of a deal. People always think when I do these videos that it's, you know, just something that's constantly on my mind. It really isn't. It really just kind of makes me sad that there are so many people out there that really just don't like this community because I so love it and I'm proud of it and I'm proud of what I do. And I know that it isn't at all what they think it is. And matter of fact, I really, in deep down, I don't think it is what they think it is. I think they are a bit jealous to a certain degree of they see this community and the happiness and the freedom. I'm telling y'all, it's about freedom for so many people. And I just don't mean freedom from having to go to a real job. That's not what I'm talking about. Freedom from debt. You know, there's a proverb that says the borrower is servant to the lender, right? And so many people use this stuff to get out of debt. So many people use this to be able to afford to fill their truck up with gas and take the family out to some amusement park or to the beach or to you know, Yellowstone or something. So many people use it for so many awesome things. And I'm just proud and love the community. Had a Tupperware sale out of the Australia bin right here. And those lids, you find the small Tupperware lids, especially the sippy cup ones, they're worth pretty good money. These sold for $21.78 plus shipping, and they sold on Bonanza. What do you know? Made a Bonanza sale. Right there. Take that, Dave and Carrie. $21.78 plus shipping. This one is from Sheila. She says, can we say pilfering pirate? I like that. Pilfering pirate. I dread having resellers and people who try to beat me down. My big sign will be at her garage sale. My big sign will be posted, prices are firm, which is you're right. Absolutely, you're right. We have the right to refuse service to sell to people trying to scam my prices down, and resellers may be asked to go home. I will be fair in my pricing, and yes, yard sales take a lot of work, patience. Buyers don't take that into account. So, okay. They don't take near as much time as it takes to do this right here. But pilfering pirates, y'all. And I don't think people realize. We realize because we're out there. And you're looking around and you're like, you know these typical resellers. Far, far more people are resellers than we could ever possibly imagine. There are people who go to garage sales just to hunt and have fun. But if you were to say no resellers at my garage sale, first of all, they would go anyways because there's no sign that says seller. But if they didn't go, you would sell far, far, far less than you typically would. All right, this doesn't happen often, but I can't find something. This is what I can't find right here, and it's headed out to Andrew. Well, it is if my wife can find it because she listed them, and they're not where I would typically find this type of thing. So all I can think of is we've sold a few of these lots, and maybe they were put together, and I shipped them all out to one person instead of realizing they were in lots. Because I don't see it up here. I don't see Darkwing Duck. I didn't see it inside, and I don't see it in our typical little bin. So, Andrew, you left a message, so I'm going to read it to you. Hey there, Kevin, been a viewer for quite some time. I've always enjoyed your content. Don't care what Dave and Carrie say. Keep up all the great work, and you're an inspiration to many of us. One day my goal is to be full-time. But for now, I'm living day to day with a job just like Dave. Us SoCal boys have to stick together. Very cool. Where are you from? I'll have to check out where you're from. The SoCal Flipper. Sincerely, Andrew, you have a YouTube channel, the SoCal Flipper. I will. Matter of fact, I think I've already subbed to you. And look at that. Somebody on social media, and I'm not going to be able to find your item. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put together a little package and send it to you if I can't find it in lieu of that. And I think you'll like it a little better. So, and if you don't, tell me and I'll give you a refund. But I have a feeling you might like it. So, thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it. $12 free shipping for that. What I'm going to send you, you better hope I can't find it. It's going to be worth more than that. This one came from another video game find. Jordan says this. Bro, that lady's son is going to come to murder you when he visits home. Hey, y'all, me and Reagan thought we'd show you this real quick. We got more stickers, so we're finally out of the thousands and thousands that we order. We order these by the bushel full. And this time we decided to get a scan sticker.
Yep.
So we're going to put that. What do you think? Reagan thinks we should put it on the box.
You could either put it on or in it.
Yeah, I think we should put it in it.
Yeah.
And this is a scan code to get to my... I'm trying to think what we did. This is CommonwealthPicker.com, where you can find the eBay store and all that. So you can find all the affiliate links.
And you can find a sticker.
And you can find a sticker. There you go. A sticker to get to a sticker. And all the discounts and stuff that we offer and all that. So we figured we'd try that out. You know, I'm a big believer in QR codes. You know, if you have an eBay store, turn it into a QR code and put it on your business card or something. I know a lot of people have done that. And I've showed you some of their cards lately. I can't find one right offhand, but I think it's a pretty decent idea, especially if you're niched down or have a social media following. Put that QR code and people, like, it could be up, right? It could be in somebody's eBay cave and be like, oh, I got to order stuff from SupplyHut. Let me scan this and I'll get right to SupplyHut. Or I can check out his codes over there or something. Or this is a scan to get to the eBay store. I just think it's a good idea to give it a shot. And these things are super duper cheap, but I buy them by the thousands, 5,000 at a time. So, anyway, Reagan loves them too. Thank you, baby.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Thought I'd have my wife read one really quick before we tell you goodbye.
This is what Kay has to say about you. I love this already. You are so greedy. You're always taking advantage of others to make a profit. Then you brag about it. You obviously lack integrity. There's no curse words.
No.
Come on, Kay.
There's plenty.
Pick it
Scroll
up.
to the next one.
Give me a good one. What is this? So wrong to steal, Cynthia. These people need to step it up. That was a beep-hole move. You're You're not a good person. You should read these out loud yourself.
I have. I've been reading them the whole
that's-
video. Turn a red one and Reagan red one too.
I hope you gave them some spicy ones.
Oh, we did. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us, and I can't wait to see you next time. People always ask about the paper, and so we just loaded another one up here. And this is what we get from SupplyHut. And I buy them, I'll buy 2 at a time. This time I actually got 4. Or 3 at a time this time. So, anyway, they're not a bad deal, and they last a long, long time. And as always, if you use code Commonwealth on SupplyHut.com, you can get 5% off. Bubba doesn't get to be on the videos very often, so there you go. We'll show any addresses, but he made a sale. So that's good.